Okay, it's time. We gotta talk about them. We need to talk about these alternate arts, okay? So, let's start off with how this started, okay? So, I was actually online, TCG player, and I do this periodically. Well, go ahead and I'll look on there for the lowest to most expensive of the alternate arts, just to see what's out there, just to see if I can maybe find something like for a good price, maybe and I look for like the $10 to $30 range, okay? So I went on there and I'm looking, right? And one of the cards I'm looking at personally is the Golurk V from Evolving Skies. And for a while it was 15 bucks, 16 bucks, and it's really not that expensive. All of a sudden it's like 18. Now it's 19. And I'm like, what is going on? It's just the past few months. And so I actually went and started looking at some of the other alternate arts, and they're all going up. Like, most of them. Not all of them. You have a few of them that are going down, staying level. But for the most part, they're like going up. And not like the gradual, like this, where it's like, okay, natural increase. Oh, these are like, whew. And it's like, where is this coming from? I don't know. I have an idea. I can tell you that I think I have a theory. But let me go ahead and first, so I had to get a sheet, a list. See, I had to make me a list. Because there's a lot. And this isn't all of them. This is just, I'm going to name off a few. And I'll put up on the, somewhere, I'll put up an actual picture of the chart so you can see just how and again, this isn't like 5-6 months. This is like these charts are within 3 months, and a lot of them. So start with 3 months, end of 3 months. A lot of these are happening right here, so it's not like it's just like a gradual thing. Some of them are, but it's just like this is an increase, crazy increase. So let's start with this. We have like the Blissey V up 27. I'm just gonna tell you how much it's increased. You can go look up the actual prices. 27%. The Celebi V 24%. Beedrill up 22, the Noivern V 25%. Look at this. Ready for this? The Battle Styles set, right? Everyone hates it. No one likes it. Tyranitar bust. The Empoleon V. I'm gonna tell you the price for this one. Okay, went from $23 to $43. That is a 87% increase. That's wild. 3 months. 3 months. That's it. And it's going up. I mean, let's see what else we got. Another big one. The Galarian Slowbro. Does anyone actually really love Galarian Slowbro? Up 74% from 23 bucks to 40 bucks. And don't get me wrong. 40 bucks isn't a lot. For an alternate art. You have like the Berserker who's, I think high 30s. I think. And, that's not awful. But it started at 23. Like, how is it? And then we have a Zeraora up 38%. The Espeon V 48%. Okay, so that's it. That's all I'm gonna tell you for now. But here's my theory. I think Evolving Skies has a huge role to play in this. So I actually don't think that these cheaper cards are being okay. So here's the big thing. I think that people are buying these cards normally, just like regular buying them. But I think that these big whales are buying out these Evolving Skies cards, the big ones, the Umbreon, the Rayquaza, some of the bigger VMAXs like the Leafeon, Sylveon, all those. I think those are being bought out because they want to inflate those prices artificially. These aren't just people who want the card just because. I think this is because they're being bought out, and between Evolving Skies and like Chilling Reign, there was a lot of alternate arts. A lot. I can't on top of my head remember how many. Let's see. We'll count. Umbreon, VMAX, V, Sylveon, both of them. Leafeons. I'm already Glaceons. Rayquaza, so we're at 10. There's Golurk. So many. So I think what happened is we got spoiled. We got spoiled with all those alternate arts, right? So we didn't really pay much mind to them. So we're like, oh, it's this alternate art here, alternate art there. You know, people didn't really like the battle style ones. People like Chilling Reign, but they're hard to get. There's still a lot of them. And now all of a sudden, you got the newer sets, the Lost Origin, Brilliant Stars, and Astral Radiance, and they're not. You know, you went from having like 6, 7, 8, 10 for Evolving Skies, and now all of a sudden we have 4, 5. There's not that many, and none of them are hitting that cheap where it's like, oh, I can just pick that up real quick. Sandaconda is $5 card, which also has gone up from 5 to 8, which doesn't sound like a lot, $3, but that's a 60% increase. And I think they're seeing these now. You know, again, they're not cheap, and I think people want alternate arts now, but they're too expensive. All these $100, Aerodactyl's $100, the Giratina is $200, Charizard is $200 almost, and it's like they want these cards, right? They want them, and they're just reverting back to the cards that we used to have that no one really kind of cared about, but now people care about because they can't get the new ones because they're too much expensive. Why go buy a $40 one when you can go buy two $20 ones? And I think that's what we see here. We see that people want these alternate arts. They see that Evolving Skies is going crazy. $600 for the Umbreon, $250 for the Rayquaza. Let's just go get those cheap ones. You know, Evolving Skies booster box is $250 now. You can't even you could. It's expensive. So I think that's what's happening. I'll be curious to see if it stays like this. And I think it's all going to depend on the Evolving Skies booster box and where that kind of fluctuates at, right? So if it stays high, continues to go high, I think we'll still see those lower ones be bought because people want them. And they probably also think that it's going to increase. But if we see that Evolving Skies maybe backs back down, I think we'll see a trickle-down effect where each subsequent alternate art is going to either go back, maybe plateau a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised about that because they weren't that expensive, and now all of a sudden they're spiking again 20% more in the past month and a half to 3 months. So I mean, we'll see. It's awesome for collectors if it goes up, but people could be buying really expensive cards just to have them go back. And again, it's all of them. It's not just like one. It's not just the Umbreon. It's literally all the evolutions, like all these other cards. Again, here's a list. This is just like what I wrote down. There's some cheaper ones too. Some that maybe have only gone up like 15%. But still, they're going up. And eventually, we'll see what happens. Who knows? Who knows, man?